From the art of the deal to keeping it real. Live from the Simply Vegas studios, it's The Power Move with John Gafford.
Welcome back. Back again. It is The Power Move. I'm your host, John Gafford.
Somehow more powerful.
Somehow more powerful again.
Reached into the ether.
I know, I did. I dug deep for that one.
Greater amounts of power.
I did.
More movement, lots of power.
To my left, as promised with his new nickname, Weekly.
I think we go with the handsome guy. Look at the thing
Colt,
I just got right now.
Yeah, Colt Day Shift Amidan.
Wildly appropriate, but you are incredibly handsome. Thanks. Leslie?
What? Come on.
Do we have to
what did that
refer-
cost you?
I don't
What's
know.
that service
I
cost?
think we're going to refer to him as Day Shift for the rest of the day.
Yeah, Colt Day Shift Amidan.
Shift Amidan.
And Chris Connell, Esquire. Counselor, how are you?
How are you? Living the dream.
Living the dream indeed. Well, you know what's funny, man, is lots to talk about, lots to unpack today. And I got to tell you, I saw some weird stuff this week that I wanted to kind of talk about and unpack. Some of that
Was on the day shift.
No.
I was going to say, you really think I'm the day shift? Like, that's where I'm at?
Yeah. No, well, I mean,
look good
He said
in
he'd
the
give
red
you a
light.
new handle every week.
yeah.
But I think that I'm at least mid.
Swing shift?
Swing shift?
I'd
Gonna be Colt
swings,
swing? Oh.
Swing's better than day.
Yeah, it is. It is. I tell you what. We're going to put you up on Satellite Show Bar 3 for a couple of days. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how the crowd reacts. All right?
Oh, God.
All right. You got to stop dancing to tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Yeah.
That is not doing you any favors at all. You got to get something. You got to get the crowd going, Colt.
At some point, you got to blame yourself for your own income.
Song choice is on you, buddy. I can't. There's only so much we can do with this. But you know, it's funny we talk about Colt's second job as a daytime stripper because obviously, if it doesn't take a lot to notice. If you've been out lately, there's a lot of jobs available, and there's a lot of people just not working, as you've seen. And it's really interesting. And I read a very interesting article the other day in the Las Vegas Review Journal, which, you know, Pulitzer Prize winning, I believe it is here in Las Vegas.
Unbiased.
And it was funny. And one of the things it was talking about why there's a labor shortage and why people aren't going back to work. And a couple of quotes from it that I thought were interesting were from UNLV professors of economics or whatever they were. And I don't have it exactly in front of me, but I'm going to paraphrase to the best of my ability because I just kind of sat there and stared at it like, you ever read something and you're like, did I read that?
Read it three other times.
Wait a second. I had to have misread that. That didn't make any sense. It said, this professor said, and the quote that I remember said, during the pandemic and now coming out of it or whatever, coming out of the unemployment, people have obviously reevaluated their relationship with money and it's just not that important to them.
Okay, you know what's funny about that, though? I think that is actually quite accurate in a very perverse way.
But do you know what I think it is? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just we grew up, money is a necessity for freedom.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I think when people realize, again, it's kind of a weird situation that I do think that there is a perverseness to that rings true. People don't necessarily have the Ferrari ambitions maybe that they once did.
Yeah.
So you watch TikTok, you watch Instagram, all these people out there balling their ass off.
Yeah.
Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, the reality of that is slim to few people have that kind of floss.
But okay, but I look at it this way, right? There are a ton of jobs available out there. And it is everything. I think what's happened is most Americans that had those jobs that, you know, are let's just call them jobs. They're jobs.
Yeah.
It's
You're
a job.
going to work.
You show up, you go into drone mode and you just get it done. They don't want those jobs anymore. And that's why, you know, the other day we go to Baskin Robbins and how many flavors of Baskin Robbins? What are they famous for? Does anybody remember this?
31.
31. You know how many flavors they had at Baskin Robbins?
6.
3.
Do they have quarterback
I'm not even
crunch?
joking.
'Cause that's the best.
3 straight flavors at Baskin Robbins. That's all you
10x
get.
deflation.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. And of course, you know, they're just like this. COVID, you know, what are you going to do?
So annoying.
Dude.
And it's crazy. So I'm reading further in this article, and it's talking about workforce valuing freedom over money. You know, they want freedom of things. And some of these apps, I'd never heard of this before. I don't know if you heard of this. There's an app called Bacon. Have you heard of this thing yet? No. All right. Essentially what Bacon is it's gig work for those drone jobs. Like you need warehouse help. You need some basic job you need done. You need a restaurant dishwasher, whatever you need. They just put up the shift on bacon, and you go and you do the job and you leave. But it's exactly the point of the app. But it's your choice if you go to work or not. Like 100% in your choice what you do.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The argument on the right is that people are just kind of lazy, entitled, and they're just watching their own futures dwindle. The argument on the left is we need to pay people a gajillion dollars over market so that people feel respected, whatever. And I look at it and I go, when you look at the economics of all this, wages are set based on supply and demand, right?
Sure.
So they're going to move how they move. Every economics professor that I've ever met, left or right, looks at it and goes, minimum wage is a big problem. If you spike it to 15, you're going to lose a lot of jobs. The aggregate net effect is a decrease in jobs, right? Yeah. So I think a lot of people
No. See, I don't think so. I don't think it's a decrease in jobs. I think it's a decrease in businesses. Well, I think you see a lot of businesses just completely
decrease in supply of jobs.
Just go under.
Well, I think what a lot of people are seeing is, I think all three of us are kind of our own business, right?
Sure.
And I think what people realize is they're just in this rut day to day, and all of a sudden it came to a stop. And they're like, you know what? This is kind of nice that I'm here with my kids at, 3 o'clock. I think if they made it more remote on the ones that they could,
but that's the problem, though. Some of these jobs require you to be there to move a box from point A to point B and put it on a truck. Yeah. So it arrives at this other location.
What happens? Automation.
But we had a doctor who's like, I don't like being there that long. It's like, you're a doctor. You think you can do this remote, which there are. But I think people saw the freedom. I mean, I think me and you, that's what was the allure to real estate, was the freedom, right? And I think that's what people sit there and say, well, do I need that nice car? Maybe I can dumb down my car a little bit and have a little more freedom. I think people are starting to realize, hey, maybe the Kardashian, lifestyle is not realistic, and let me have a little bit of freedom where I can hang out with my kids.
I would just like to say, I would just want to say one thing very clear about that, which is, Colt, if you look like a Kardashian, you'd get off day shift. If you just
Dude,
made the effort.
Way better looking than
attitude,
what's
John.
what's the guy's name?
There's a lot of people.
Rob.
No,
way better looking than you.
There's a lot of people on the night shift, John, that aren't necessarily as handsome, but who put in the effort.
Yes, it is about effort. It is about effort.
You got a smile on your face. You want to be here.
That's exactly
right.
Guess
what? Have you ever seen an unfiltered picture of the Kardashians? I'm way better looking than Kardashians.
I'm not going to disagree with you, buddy.
No, I'm not either.
Handsome guy.
I can see you and what is it? No, not Machine Gun Kelly. The other one. I could totally see you guys dating, Colt.
Oh, she's actually the hottest one. The oldest?
Megan Fox?
The other one.
Travis Barker one. What's her name?
Chloe or whatever.
I got to tell you. So
I don't know.
Here's a question though. Every time I see those girls now licking their boyfriends on TV, I'm thinking their show's over, and one word comes to mind: thirsty. A little thirsty.
That was the Pamela Anderson last cry for attention.
I'm gonna lick Kid Rock on the end of this yacht.
Well, it wasn't Kid Rock, but yeah. I mean,
she was licking a lot of people back then. There's a lot of licking going on from her.
Yeah, I mean, it's your last hurrah. Go for it, girl.
But I think the point of today's show is where we lead off talking about this stuff. Is I want to talk about the side hustle. I want to talk about how to get a side hustle, when it's a good idea to get a side hustle. How do you balance that out, and how you take it and create income from relatively some obscure places. We do have an in-studio guest today on today's episode that's kind of interesting. This is a cat that I met not too long ago. I ran into him at one of Sean Kelly's crypto events, and he came up and he's like, "Hey, bro, I wanted to meet you." And I'm like, "What's up, Brand?" And he told me his name, and we were chatting, and I was like, "What do you do?" And he's like, get to him, and he's like, "I smack people for money." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm slapped for cash." And I'm like, "Oh my!" And as soon as he said it, I knew who he was from the internet videos of him smacking the absolute taste out of people's mouth for money.
I can't believe Colt has volunteered.
I know it's going to be so in-house later.
I thought I got to slap him. No,
no. He's slapping.
No, you go back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
he
contest.
Goes first, then you go, and then
this could be. You know what? This could be your foray into the Olympics.
This Johnny Knoxville
right here. It could be it. You could go.
I mean, this might ruin my Olympic career.
All I'm going to say is, when you see this dude, your tune is going to totally change about wanting.
Is he going to be like my size, or is he going to be Chris's size?
Yeah, he's
ginormous. He's ginormous. But anyway, he's going to come on later, and we're going to delve into that, like how you take something that is so insane. And he's turned it into a decent clip of money, man. He's turned it into that. And there's two parts to that, really. I think I want to talk with him about him, which is going to be number one, how to find something, a niche, and turn it into money. But more importantly, the importance of just attention, the importance of eyeballs. Because he did a couple things through his little career of slapping that, slapping for cash or whatever, that are pretty interesting, man. As I talk to him, I'm like, bro, this is an interesting story. I want to have on the podcast.
The elevator pitch, like, he got the best elevator pitch.
I'm going to digress from there right now. So today, I'm going to digress because you just brought that up, and dude, holy crap! No, this is like the best entrepreneurial advice I can give you. If you have a new product, or service that you are trying to sell, if you cannot explain said service or product in under 10 seconds, you have screwed up. Apple made an entire career. Steve Jobs' whole thing was, we want to be impossible to make things. We want this to be so self-explanatory and impossible to understand, right? Is what we want. I was at the Inman conference today. We've got a big deal going down there, and they have what's called Startup Alley, which is normally my favorite part of the whole convention. It's where you walk down and, you've got the big booths on the inside where people are making money already and they're already killing it. And they got the big booths, right? And, I already saw your stuff. I've already seen it. There's nothing new to it. I want to go see the new stuff where I don't know anything about it. So me and the CEO for our company are walking down Startup Alley. And these are the pitches that I'm getting. And this is a verbatim pitch I got from somebody. I said, what does your product do? And the guy said, we have essentially digitized the whiteboard. We've created a front-facer consumer experience that is integrating with what? I'm just like,
layman terms.
He got done, and I was like,
great.
What? Okay. And then I went to the next guy, and I was like, what did you do? And he goes, well, we have a QR code that's for open houses. And when you come in, as you register, you get to guess the final sales price of the house. And if it's exactly right, we'll pay that person $500. And actually, he told me this, it was like 60 seconds. So I said, essentially, you've gamified the open house process. And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, cool. I get that.
That's what you should say.
Yeah, it's easy peasy. Say, yeah. And then we go to the next person, and then they've got I still don't really know what they do. And I had literally 3 people talking at me at one time.
Jargon.
Just okay. No, what we've done is we've created an experience that integrates with the Oculus and over all platforms and this and that. You can tour 3D. And I'm like, okay, do you integrate with Matterport tours? They're like, no, right now it's proprietary and this and that. But okay, well, who's your customer? How do you generate revenue? Well, agents are going to give us $99 a listing to help do this. I'm like, so agents are going to give you $99 to list their property on your platform
that nobody's on.
That nobody's on? Okay. That's luck. I was like, I wish you guys well. Obviously, you shouldn't have talked to anybody. So again, if you have a product and you can't explain it in a way that makes sense instantly to people in less than 10 seconds, don't bother.
Not only makes sense, but how it's going to be monetized.
People said, they asked me, what do you do? And I said, we build mortgage and real estate. I said, we build mortgage and title companies for large real estate brokers across the country and 10x their bottom line. Damn. Impossible to misunderstand what we do. Here's what we do, who we do it for, how much, what the result is when we do it. That's it. I mean, it's that simple. But some of these people are just, it was insane. It was insane.
Yeah, people can jargon. These tech people. So I had a call today. I'm developing an app for my business, and I put out some feelers. Hey, I'm looking for, because I don't know the first thing about app development. To me, what I want should be pretty simple. I got 2 ideas. We talked about one of them. The other one's just going to be informational.
Right.
Hey, download this if you're ever in a car accident. Pull up my app. Bang, you have the information. Oh, don't talk to this person. Call the police. Here's a number. Here's some information. Right. Just so you have it. Oh shit, I got hit. Car accident app. Done. I think it's been done before. I just want one that's labeled for me.
Sure.
I get on.
See, what's more importantly you should do is you do it for yourself and then you private label to other people that don't.
Well, that's themselves. Yeah, that's something we're going to be working.
Slow down, Turbo.
Slow down there.
Slow down.
But so I said to this person, she calls me up. Oh, she goes, oh, what's your elevator pitch for making money? I go, have you listened to 2 things of what I've just said?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I just told
you.
This is an app for marketing for my company. I don't need it to make money. I'm not trying to make money on this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just you're going through your rote process. That's what happens. These people, they kind of self-congratulate. If you go to a WeWork right now, if you go sit around all the entrepreneurs or the startups, they have these lofty ideas that never go anywhere because they just get wrapped up into jargon. They assume everybody thinks like they do. They speak in terms of what we call Chinese math. If I can get 1 out of 1,000 people to do this, I'll have 1 million customers.
Yeah.
That's called Chinese math, right? In the business. It's like you can't top down certain things. You have to, that QR code. Oh, well, people, they're going to pop the thing. QR codes are now back. People are starting to do this. Everyone has a smartphone. Here's why it makes sense. People want to do this. Okay, got it. Excellent.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I found a lot of the products down there today too. It's like, dude, did you even ask somebody if this was remotely something they would use, or did you just make it happen?
Hey,
Here he is right there, my man. You can get down. Give me a couple minutes. Slap for Cash just walked in. We're gonna get you set up in about 5 minutes. We're ready to go. All right, hang on.
He's a lot bigger.
Hey, Colt, you still
Yeah, Colt. Where we at, Colt? How we doing?
Colt, you gotta.
How you feeling,
I
Colt?
was a little nervous just him looking at us. I'm like there's no escape. He's in the escape. He's in the only one exit of this room. Shit.
I know, Colt's
Go, Chris, go.
Damn, bro, that dude looks like he's here to collect some money.
Oh boy, yeah. What do you own, Colt? What'd you say?
Yeah, what happened there, man? What happened there?
Oh shit.
No, but I think right now
asking people is where you're going, and that is
but
huge.
I think you got to find out if people want your product,
And
which is why I always say, if you're going to build a new product or system, try to sell it before you build it, because literally, I've said it before. I've got a bottle of vitamins in my office that I keep there, that is 20 some odd years old, because we dumped a lot of money into something that nobody wanted.
And a script from NBC.
Yeah, that was it. And the script. Oh, we still haven't seen the goodness script. Yeah, I'll have to show you that. But back to the side hustle, or finding interesting ways to make money, man, and things that you want to do. There's the Gary V, his whole go to garage sales and find stuff to flip on the stupid thing. I mean, I don't know, man. He
Works for some.
Yeah, it works for some, but I don't think
You got to have a hustler spirit for some of these things.
I agree.
There are some products that are good, and then there's sometimes where it's like, hey, save up money, do what you got to do, and franchise a small business or something. Or there's a path for everybody, but it's not. People listen to the rah Gary V's and they listen to the. Oh, what you got to do is you got to get out there and hustle. And a lot of those people, nobody wants to do business with them because they smell like MLM.
Well, no, I'll give you that. But like the first place, if I was like right now sitting here listening to this, and I'm like, crap, I got to make some extra money right now. What would I do? Right. And I was let's call it starting from tap dead zero. Yeah. Right. That's where I was at. The first thing I would do to try to get some money coming in, some capitalized stuff, is I go to Fiverr. And I would go to those websites and I would look for people to do different jobs that I kind of somewhat knew how to do with a computer, that have like for example, let's say it's designing a header for Facebook pages or whatever it is. Who cares? Yeah. And I'm going to look for somebody that's done this 800 times. Well, that tells me there's a lot of demand for that particular job. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put up my ad. I'm going to undercut this guy, and I'm going to try to generate some money. But there's a lot of things you can do on Fiverr that are virtual assistant work. Now, you're not going to be able to get in there, $18, $20 an hour, but if you don't have to leave, there's an offset here for the value of not having to leave your couch.
Yeah, sure.
And the reason I say you're not going to get $18, $20 an hour on some of that stuff is because there are people in Pakistan, there are people in Bangladesh, there are people in the Philippines that will do it for far less.
Yep.
Yeah, but the value of the reshoring, what they call it, that was the business model for a long time. Let's offshore to India. But I have a virtual assistant in the Philippines, and great English, but you can still tell that they're not native English speakers.
Yeah, you can't. No. The one thing I'll say about VAs is you cannot do front-facing VAs. I hate that. The funniest thing to me is whenever I get a phone call from a broker in town that will call me, recruiting me as though I'm a real estate agent, one of our competitors, calling to recruit me as an agent, and the person on the phone could barely speak English. It's like, bro, this is what you want me to think about your company. And, again, like I said, laws of business from a couple episodes ago, when your competitors make a mistake, you don't stop them. I'm just like, carry on, my friend, carry on, because I have no fear of you taking any of my people with that kind of a move. Just no fear.
But sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, and I think you've got to look and figure out what you love, right? Like, I think people just say, well, I see someone making money, let me go do it. If you don't have passion, your side hustle will never be your main hustle, right? Like, if you don't have passion behind it, and there's also times that you don't need a side hustle, put more work into your thing, right? Yeah,
I love that. I love that too.
I don't need a side hustle. My income is unlimited.
This is why, like
I can just go put more money in my business.
No, but this is like multi-level marketing with real estate agents. I mean, it's kind of rampant in our industry. Everybody loves multi-level marketing. They're always trying to get on the next level, multi-level deal, whatever it is. And I always tell people, man, if you just invested as much energy into this side thing as you do into your main thing, the main thing would pay you way more.
Yeah. Your main thing actually has a huge return.
You've got to be very careful and be honest with yourself if your quote unquote side hustle is a distraction to your main hustle. Right. There's a reason you might be wallowing in mediocrity, and some of that might be your focus might be all over the place.
Yeah. Colt's point though about do what you're passionate about. Don't
Yeah.
That's that whole Machiavellian never hire a militia to fight for your country.
Yeah.
You got to have people who are willing to die for their
That's right.
blood and sand.
That's right.
You know, if you have people that are just doing it for money, they'll walk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you always got to be careful. That goes back to the first thing you were
And again,
talking about.
well, which is Colt's
People
lack of
walk
dedication.
away.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Colt's lack of dedication.
Well,
Which is
No,
why
I
he's never
was
going
going
to
to
get off the day
say
shift.
is my side hustle is the best. I mean, name a better side hustle than stripping. I mean, name it. I can do it at night. You guys don't know about it. I do it at night at the Olympic Gardens, and you know. And,
so there's a cost. So have you ever? I'm not going to mention which club, but there is a huge cost, and a lot of times the management is, you know, greasing their palms on a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah, you got to pay.
Everyone,
They pay for
Pay
the
to play.
time. You pay to play. You pay more, and those managers are sometimes walking with big bucks that are undeclared or whatever. Yeah. And not all the employees are always happy about it. That's why they sometimes come.
That's why the
Chris Connell Esquire.
Chris Connell Esquire.
IRS took them all down.
That could be your net.
No, but they come in cycles because the next generation of greedy guy is going to be sitting there going, I can
100%.
make today.
That's right.
X on
No,
top.
but that could be your total niche. Strippers that are ripped off by managers of strip clubs. I like the niche.
And
like the niche.
your write-offs, all the great write-offs you'd have sitting there all day.
You know, something about you know, coming in there. The only time I get off is during the mid shift, John. And
I know that's a good
I see
point.
Colt looking unimpressed. And
He's just got that dead
where's the
stare.
fantasy? Yeah.
Was I in my cowboy
dead
outfit?
stare.
What was
Just
I in that
dead
day?
stare
You
at
saw
him.
me.
Oh boy! All right, we're gonna take a quick break. I guess we are because my dude Slab for Cash is here, and bro, he is not the kind of guy I want to keep waiting. So I'm gonna get him in here as soon as possible. We'll be right
This
back.
guy's huge.
Fucking news.
Hey, it's John Gafford. If you want to catch up more and see what we're doing, you can always go to thejohngafford.com, where we'll share any links that things we talked about on the show, as well as links to the YouTube where you can watch us live. And if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, you can always follow me at thejohngafford. I'm here. Give me a shout.